In the early hours of a quiet morning over the deserts of Iraq, a routine U.S. military mission suddenly turned into a devastating tragedy. A U.S. Air Force aircraft, operating in support of regional operations, experienced a catastrophic incident that claimed the lives of 6 American airmen. Days later, the U.S. Department of Defense, better known as the Pentagon, released the identities of the service members who lost their lives in the crash. Their names are now remembered not just as statistics of war, but as individuals who served their country with dedication, courage, and sacrifice. The aircraft involved in the mission was a KC-135 Stratotanker, one of the most critical aircraft in the United States Air Force fleet. Unlike fighter jets that directly engage in combat, the KC-135 performs a different but equally vital role. It is a mid-air refueling tanker, essentially a flying gas station that allows fighter jets, bombers, and surveillance aircraft to remain in the sky for extended periods. Without these aircraft, modern air operations would be severely limited. Fighter jets would have to return to base frequently for fuel, dramatically reducing their operational reach. On that day, the KC-135 crew took off as part of a scheduled mission supporting ongoing operations in the Middle East. The mission was considered routine. Such missions occur almost daily in the region to support Allied aircraft operating across Iraq, Syria, and surrounding airspace. But something went terribly wrong. At some point during the flight over western Iraq, the aircraft crashed. Details surrounding the crash remain under investigation, but officials quickly confirmed that all 6 service members on board the aircraft had died. In the days that followed, military officials notified the families of the fallen airmen. Only after every family had been informed did the Pentagon publicly release their names. Among the fallen was Major John Alex Klinner, a respected pilot known among his peers for his professionalism and calm leadership in the cockpit. Friends described him as a dedicated father and a mentor to younger pilots. Another crew member was Captain Ariana Savino, who served as a pilot and was widely admired for her determination and excellence during training. She represented a new generation of Air Force officers who had quickly proven themselves in demanding operational environments. Technical Sergeant Ashley Pruitt, another member of the crew, played a vital role in managing complex onboard systems during the refueling process. Her responsibilities required both technical expertise and precise coordination with pilots and other aircraft. Also among the fallen was Captain Seth Koval, an experienced aviator who had spent years serving in various air operations around the world. Fellow airmen described him as someone who took immense pride in serving his country. Captain Curtis Angst, another pilot on the mission, had built a reputation as a reliable and skilled officer. Those who worked with him remembered his strong work ethic and sense of responsibility. The 6th Airman, Technical Sergeant Tyler Simmons, was known among his colleagues as someone who always supported his teammates and brought positive energy even during difficult missions. Together, these 6 airmen formed a crew that represented the professionalism of the U.S. Air Force. Their aircraft, the KC-135 Stratotanker, has been a backbone of American air power for decades. First introduced during the Cold War, the aircraft has undergone numerous upgrades to remain operational in modern warfare. Despite its age, the KC-135 remains one of the most reliable tanker aircraft ever built. Hundreds of these aircraft continue to operate around the world today, supporting missions from Europe to the Pacific. However, flying any military aircraft, especially during operational missions, always carries risks. Air Force officials quickly clarified that early evidence suggested the crash was not caused by enemy fire. In conflict zones, aircraft are always at risk from missiles or hostile attacks, but preliminary assessments indicated that this incident may have resulted from technical failure or operational complications. Investigators immediately began analyzing flight data, maintenance records, and communication logs to determine exactly what happened during the final moments of the flight. Military crash investigations are extremely detailed. Teams of engineers, aviation experts, and safety specialists worked together to reconstruct the sequence of events that led to the accident. While investigations may take months to complete, the primary goal is always the same: to understand the cause and prevent similar tragedies in the future. Meanwhile, tributes began pouring in from across the United States. Senior military leaders expressed their condolences to the families of the fallen airmen. Fellow service members shared memories and stories about the 6 individuals who had served alongside them. At bases across the country, flags were lowered to honor the sacrifice of the crew. For the families left behind, the loss is deeply personal. Behind every uniform is a life filled with dreams, relationships, and commitments. Major Klinner was not just a pilot, he was also a husband and father. Captain Savino was known for inspiring young women considering careers in aviation. Technical Sergeant Pruitt had served for years supporting complex air operations. Each of the 6 airmen had a story. Their mission over Iraq may have been routine, but their dedication to service was extraordinary. Military service members often carry out missions that the public never hears about. Long hours, dangerous conditions, and constant readiness. Air refueling missions like those flown by the KC-135 rarely make headlines. Yet they are critical to the success of nearly every air operation conducted by the United States and its allies. Without these aircraft, fighter jets cannot stay airborne long enough to patrol large regions or respond quickly to threats. That is why the crews who operate these tankers are considered essential members of the Air Force. As the investigation continues, the legacy of the 6 fallen airmen will remain tied to the mission they served. The tragedy is a reminder of the risks faced by military personnel around the world, risks that exist even during routine operations. The Pentagon concluded its announcement with a message honoring the crew's service and sacrifice. These airmen represented the very best of our Air Force. Their dedication to duty and commitment to protecting our nation will never be forgotten. And as the world continues to move forward, their story will remain a solemn reminder of the cost of service and the courage of those who choose to serve.